Hi guys, so welcome back to the channel of The Average Vlogs. And here are another episode of Common Man with special views. And today we have someone special who has started an organization. And special बात पता क्या है? मुझे इस organization के बारे में बिल्कुल नहीं पता, but I can guarantee that जिस बंदे ने ऑर्गेनाइजेशन शुरू करी है वो बहुत हार्ड वर्किंग एंड बहुत प्रोडक्टिव इंसान है एंड जो हमें टिप्स एंड ट्रिक्स देगा प्रोडक्टिविटी और हार्ड वर्किंग के ऊपर सो वी हैव विद अस तुषार मंडल.
हाय। आई एम वेरी हैप्पी टू बी हियर। मेरे को बहुत खुशी हो रही है कि मैं आपको आज।
Same, it's I'm very happy to have you on my podcast. So, थोड़ा
या
time waste नहीं करते. So let's just move forward with just tell me what's your organization about because even I am very curious to know about it.
या so it's a project. We are not registered yet, so it's about spreading awareness of Indian classical art forms. I'm a classical dancer, so we work in going to classrooms. We talk students about Indian classical art form. We have two artists volunteering with us, and we have a team of 12 volunteers, and um, we conduct various modes of sessions. We have a fellowship program for students of grade 6 to 12 who come into our intensive 6 month program of Evos Mein Aake, and they understand about classical art forms and leadership. So, yeah,
So like जितना समझ रहा है, it's like based on classical dance a little bit like that. So it's a program.
yeah, yeah.
So is it a business or it's a service?
It's service, you can say.
Service.
It's
So you're
more
not
of a
earning any
non
money.
profit. Yeah,
It's not for profit.
yeah, 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 yeah.
Since when are you doing this?
So, I have been doing this from the past 1 year. Yeah, it has been 1 year.
Past 1 year. So you have a team or you are the founder of it only? Do you have any co?
I'm the founder, and we have. I don't have any co-founder, but we have team of like 13 people.
So could you just explain more about the organization, like any program
hmm
and how it goes, so the
hmm
audience can also
So we,
understand how they can pursue classical art forms.
yeah. So we have three solutions that we offer, and first is Prabhav, which is like a session. We go into a classroom. We talk students about the art form. We let them explore through various activities, which is one of the solutions. Second solution is Prasad, where our volunteers create content for social media of ranging topics like talking about Indian classical art forms, societal topics, and various other topics. And then we also have Kalakar Fellowship, which is like a 6 month program for students where they deeply explore about Indian classical art form. They have sessions on every Sunday and Saturday exploring those sessions and exploring about leadership through various classical art.
Ah, looks so cool, and like I'm totally amazed. Like I
Yeah,
think you love Indian art forms, and like I think it must have been your passion to like resonate them with every single person.
yeah. So I'm passionate about working under this organization. So I'm planning to take it forward and move with the art form. So yeah, so I
So,
am a trained Odissi dancer. So I think that I will carry it forward in
oh,
future.
you are trained, so you have the certification.
Yeah.
So how did it start? Like, how did you get the idea of starting this organization?
So actually, it all started with an internship I did with Teach for India. Uh, So under Teach for India, we work intensively on educating students. So there, I was a part of their organization for like 2 months in Pune. I was uh, interning under them, and the idea broke that I should start a project because they emphasize a lot into projects and community building. So that's why I decided to take this thing forward and start it up. So yeah,
So, like, were there any challenges when you started? Because, like, it have been difficult to reach audience, and but how did you reach? Like, what was the main?
yeah, yeah. So it's there are like lot of challenges which have come, and still we face challenges. For the starting, it was like getting people on board because um, I actually saw students which are like grade 11th and 12th students just like me from the Teach for India community, and there was a point that there were like people not coming in, and there was some kind of like they don't understand about art form. They were like, how would we contribute? But what I felt in the team, there was that motivation for learning and that shows कि हाँ मुझे सीखना है, मुझे जानना है इस चीज के बारे में. So that's why we were like able to sustain. So yeah, और बहुत सारी सिचुएशंस ऐसी रही दैट एग्जाम्स आर देयर तो स्टूडेंट्स का मैनेज नहीं हो पाता है एंड वॉलंटियरिंग भी मैनेज नहीं हो पाती है बहुत काफी टाइम पर, बट स्टिल दैट मोटिवेशन वर्क्स एंड कोऑपरेट. या.
So, like, not just don't take it personally. Were there any instances
हम्म.
when people just came to your organization just to make fun of your classical
हम्म.
dance? Because I know there's many, like, there's this so-called stereotype
या
that
या
someone
या
who does this classical dance is not considered as like educated and literate. And then
या
some people
या
make fun of it also, connecting it to various other stereotypes.
Yeah, so not to my project, but personally, I have faced various situations when I have been bullied. Yeah, so yeah, there were situations.
Would you like to talk about like how did you cope up with it, or like how did you give a comeback? Because I know many of the students who get offended by this and then they start shelf isolating themselves, which impacts their mental health
Yeah,
also.
yeah. So I was always like motivated because I knew what my passion is. So that's why I never um heard it or just kind of ignored it. So yeah.
So what tip would you like to give to someone who wants to pursue their passion but can't because of society, because of other people bullying him or her?
I think the idea would be like just to think what you truly believe in. If you think of your motivation, if you think that, yeah, I want to do this and nobody can come in between. So that can help you in moving forward. So yeah, that would be my suggestion.
Makes sense.
And reach out to people who understand you. So what I will suggest, um, go to people who are from the same field as you, and they can like you can share ideas too, because many of them would have faced the challenges, so you would get an idea that how you can cope up. So that is a very important step.
Yeah, I think community building is the key to success because
Yeah.
anything which you do, you require a community, and it's best if you find your
Hmm.
positive community.
Yeah.
So, what are your future plans for your organization? So far, you told like you have programs with thing.
Hmm. Hmm. So it's like currently I'm like looking for some funds because we don't have any funds till now, and like I'm looking to have like full time team because currently we all are part time and like things like that. So the idea is to like get some funding and get a full time team, and after that I will like, as I'm a student myself, so I'm planning to do my bachelor's in history after my 12th. So the idea is to like understand the history of classical art forms. So that's why I'm doing bachelor's. I'm planning to do bachelor's in history, and
Um,
this is the plan. Yeah,
so, any universities you have thought of because you're in 12th class right now?
yeah. So I'm planning to look for some foreign universities and planning to look mostly like Ashoka and Kriya. So looking forward to them.
Yeah, that's a liberal arts college. I think that will
Yeah,
help you to achieve your.
yeah, yeah.
And it's good. Have you ever thought of like doing crowdfunding and for whatever amount you want to just raise it through crowdfunding? I think that was a good strategy.
Actually, I tried once, but it didn't went well. So it's like I'm like thinking to get a community first and like build thoda or and get use social media because I'm very bad at using marketing. So it's like it's like to use marketing more, and uske baad I am thinking to like start fundraising. Yeah.
I can guarantee you that, like you have told about your organization in this podcast. So at least my audience, if they are interested in classical
Mhm.
dance, they will surely contact you. And you can share
Thank
your
you.
email ID or website, whatever you have in the
Yeah,
description,
yeah,
and they can look at that.
yeah, yeah.
So let's move forward. Organization की बात बहुत हो गई. Let's talk about your school life. How's your school life?
Mhm.
Do you feel in 1 year you're graduating?
Mhm. So school life is good enough. मतलब I would say it's like balanced only because मेरा ज़्यादा school time रहता नहीं. I'm very into extracurriculars, so
Uh,
I go into competitions and वो सब. So sometimes it's like I don't know कि मैं स्कूल में पढ़ने जाता है क्या करने, but it's like sometimes it's very competitions and things and extracurricular going. But हाँ, so I'm doing humanities अभी तो. So I have like subjects. I have subjects like sociology, history, political. So yeah,
oh, so you are like a what would I say? I'm asking you, are you a studio student, topper wala bacha, mid bencher, average bacha, or a backbencher? What are you?
studious.
Studious, acha. Oh, so you're like
Yeah,
want to like your aim is also to
yeah.
getting good grades also.
Mm, yeah.
Any entrance exam which you are even appearing for, or just a showcase dream university?
I I'm looking. I'm thinking if I get into Ashoka before any application opens, like PUT and all, so then I won't. Yeah.
Oh, makes sense. And then, what else have you done for class for your classical dance and for your passion?
Can you repeat? Sorry.
I'm asking what else have you done for
Mhm.
classical dance and all, like except your organization?
Yeah, yeah. So I have been part of various competitions. I'm a state level, in a classical dance competition
Ah,
organized by Government of India. So yeah.
so I can say like you're such a big person, like you can top tier
Mhm.
league of dances. And how do you balance your life? Like, as you told, you have so many extracurriculars, and then you still get
Mhm.
good grade. You manage to get good grades in school also. Like, what's the work-life balance that you have?
So पहले तो it used to be very messy, but after some point of time when I am like thinking to expand project, I'm like build a timetable, but sometimes I don't follow it. But yeah, so building a timetable and thinking of the portion that what is more important, तो उसको time accordingly रखना कि अगर जो ज़्यादा important है keep it at most level and keep it as a priority. So priority setting is a must, I would say, and timetable is must. But if you don't follow, if you don't believe in timetable, I would say just think of the task and do the task that I have to do this task by the end of the day. So yeah, it can also work.
Oh, makes sense. And like, is it sometimes like do you mess it or like do you do all-nighters? Like, are we calm nahi khatam ho raha to like let's study for the entire night? Something like that happened? Or you're a very organized person?
Yeah, it used to happen, but some things are getting organized up.
Ah, so
From
it
like 3 2 months, I'm like getting organized. So yeah.
makes sense. And so, are you happy with your current, like how you're doing everything, or do you have any regrets? Like you should have done this prior to something like that.
So I would say I have regrets. So there were like things, uh, opportunities. Let's say there were opportunities that I knew that I didn't knew earlier. So it was like, yeah, अब मैं apply नहीं कर पा रहा हूँ. So it's a regret for them. But yeah, truly I'm trying to cope up with things.
But
So
that's
yeah,
not your
mostly
fault.
I'm
Now
happy. But
you didn't know
yeah,
about
yeah,
those opportunities at that time. So that's not your fault. You can't regret on that.
yeah, yeah,
But up you are managing well, you think.
yeah, yeah.
इतना अच्छा manage करते हो, like do you think like your social life is exhausted or killed because of all of this work?
Social. Yeah, I would say yes because मेरा social life बहुत बहुत बेकार.
ऐसा क्यों?
Because I'm like very woo person. This is work I have to do. So yeah, but it's not very bad. But yeah, sometimes it's there.
So you are an introvert personality.
Um, I won't say I'm introvert, but I'm ambivert. So जहाँ मुझे
हाँ,
लगता है I should be extrovert, I'm like go for it, and I feel like introvert रहना चाहिए. So it's like that
same bro, same.
situation.
Even I feel like I'm an ambivert because
Yeah,
sometimes I want to be introvert, but when I'm being extrovert, inside me feels like, nah, I should be introvert right now.
yeah.
So Now I would like to ask, like, what's your take on social media influencers? I like asking this question because I'm a social media influencer myself. I always want to know others' opinion on social media influencers. What do you feel? They're cringe, they're annoying, or what?
What I would say about social media influencer, because I don't have much ideas about this thing.
You
Like I
must be
would
watching
say,
Instagram, like you must be watching reels on
yeah,
Instagram,
yeah,
scroll on
yeah,
Instagram.
yeah, yeah, yeah. But what particular thoughts, if you can
No, it's
push
your turn. Like
me for
as I
some?
told you, I think I didn't tell you in our podcast, we just invite people to have normal,
Mm,
still conversations. So you are a common man, I'm a common man. There's no platform for us to share our special views. So we have this
yeah.
podcast. So just I, you can go ahead and rant about social media. I'll also like compile you, and I'll also help you rant about social media. And any other topic you want to rant about, we can rant about that also. Because this is the only platform where we can share our special views
Mm,
with my
yeah,
audience. And then if they also agree, they can also write in comments.
yeah, yeah. So if I say about social media, so like it is very expanding, and like there is like community for everything that you can find through social media. If you like, if you want to know this thing, you have a whole sort of videos that you can, and community that you can go for. And I would say that is one of the benefits that we have from social media. But in general, other, if you can share your thoughts about that.
Oh, okay. My thoughts, like, they will be a little bit biased because social media is my extracurricular, like the extracurricular life which I try to maintain post
Uh,
school is all dependent on social media.
uh,
Because whatever I'm this podcast or whatever my personality is,
mhm,
all credits goes to social media. Because during COVID, I was feeling really vela. I was like, man, कुछ है करने को नहीं life में. What should I do? I can't keep binge watching Netflix. Then one day I got an idea. I was watching Mr. Beast. I think you must be heard about Mr. Beast, YouTuber.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, so I was like, man, this guy earns so much money and he has such a cool, like cool videos. So imagine when he turns a grandfather, he will have so many stories to tell his to grandchildren. And मेरे पास क्या होगी कुछ भी नहीं
yeah,
है. So I was like, let's start social media, try to vlog, try to make vlogs of my average life. Because not everyone has such big life, not such like good romanticized
yeah, yeah,
and like such big fan fiction lives. Some people like us, we have common life, but there should be someone on social media to represent this life also, na?
yeah.
So I was like, let's start. Then I started using social media. Then I became a social media influencer on Instagram. And then I started my YouTube channel also last year only. But I think one thing about social media which is bad is that social media guys, is there's too much competition.
Mhm,
Like you never know the other
mhm,
side of the story.
mhm.
Right now,
Yeah,
I
I
am watching
totally
someone's
agree.
video. I'll think this guy is very happy. But you don't know, is it true? What's the reality behind that?
Mhm. Yeah, yeah. I totally agree to your point. Like, uh, that, and also I have been like, kabhi kabhi I started some YouTube channels. I started 2 to 3 YouTube channels, but now I don't. So yeah, so social media can take a and what I feel is the field is that very large field that you can go under social media.
क्या हुआ? Talk about YouTube channels. Why? Like you quit in between or they were not
Yeah.
working? Like consistency issue आ रहा था क्या हुआ था?
Just like I didn't feel very motivated to work. Like वो टॉपिक इतने अच्छे नहीं थे जिस पर मैं काम करना चाहता वो बहुत मेरे से रिलेटेड नहीं.
Hmm. Why have you never thought of expanding your organization through social media, YouTube? Like show your classical dances on YouTube. There's so many people who show their dances, and I think
Give me a
the
second.
ones who like your typical your art form, they can be connected with you throughout the nation. So, we were at, so are you fine? Like, don't you think that you can use social media to promote your art, like make
Mhm.
YouTube videos and then maybe wider audience throughout the
Mhm.
nation can connect with you?
I think so, but I haven't tried. But I'm thinking to like use it as a platform to give. Uh, I have like we upload some contents and हम लोग का जो प्रचार solution है हमारे organization के अंदर it works like to create social media content, and we have two sections in it. We make like a reel, we make like एक एक वीक के अंदर we make a reel about Indian class platform, और we have a series जो पूरी सीरीज बनाती है एक किसी भी टॉपिक को लेके. बट व्हाट आई थिंक, बिकॉज अभी वी आर नॉट एबल टू एक कंसिस्टेंसी प्रॉब्लम आ रहा है अभी तो हमारे ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में, टू बी ऑनेस्ट, बिकॉज ऑफ द वॉलंटियर्स आर लाइक मोस्टली कॉलेज स्टूडेंट्स एंड स्कूल स्टूडेंट्स, so they have like their exams going on. But yeah, I think that I can also myself I can also create content. I haven't tried, but your suggestion, I will always try that.
What's the name of your
I will try
organization?
that. It's Project Akriti. Yeah.
Project Akriti. Ah, makes sense. And then I would like to let's talk about the struggle of being an artist. Do you ever think that our art gets compromised due to the capitalistic world?
Mhm.
Like people
Yeah,
compromise the
totally.
art just to gain money.
That totally, I would say, because classical art form field is very enclosed, to be honest. Enclosed in the terms, if you see, एक कोई भी शो होता है क्लासिकल आर्ट फॉर्म का, तो ऐसा होता है कि व्यूअर्स भी क्लासिकल आर्टिस्ट है, परफॉर्मर भी क्लासिकल आर्टिस्ट, और बहुत ऐसा बंद हो गया है ये कम्युनिटी क्लासिकल आर्ट फॉर्म का. एंड सारे आर्टिस्ट अभी भी ये प्रॉब्लम को बहुत व्यू कर रहे हैं, बिकॉज ये एक बहुत बड़ी प्रॉब्लम बनती जा रही है. एंड what are the reasons, if I feel about this problem, is that we are not able to approach other people. एक तो जैसे कि फॉर एग्जाम्पल एज यू मेंशन कैपिटलिस्ट वर्ल्ड, ऑफ कोर्स, बिकॉज जैसे कि शोज हैं, एंटरटेनमेंट प्लेटफॉर्म्स हैं, इन सब में जो रियलिटी शोज होते हैं, हमें दिखता है कि क्लासिकल डांस बहुत कम आर्टिस्ट आते हैं, क्लासिकल आर्टिस्ट जो परफॉर्म करते हैं शोज में. एंड वो भी एट द पॉइंट ऑफ टाइम वो भी स्विच कर जाते हैं बॉलीवुड में, अगर ज्यादातर आर्टिस्ट आते हैं. So this is a problem because um, organization, because they are like what I would say. Give me a second. हाँ, because the company thinks कि उनको टीआरपी नहीं मिलेगी एंड व्यूअर्स इतने अट्रैक्ट नहीं होंगे. जैसे कि दूरदर्शन दूरदर्शन को आज बहुत कम लोग देखते हैं, बट स्टिल दूरदर्शन इज ट्राइंग टू मेंटेन दैट लेगेसी ऑफ डॉक्यूमेंटिंग इंडियन क्लासिकल आर्ट फॉर्म. तो
Yeah.
दिस इज अ प्रॉब्लम कि कैपिटलिस्ट वर्ल्ड की वजह से अब बहुत इंक्लोज हो गया है. एंड अब ऐसा हो रहा है कि हम लोग ही खुद के कंज्यूमर्स और खुद के ही प्रोड्यूसर्स हो गए हैं. तो बहुत ये प्रॉब्लम है एक हमारी कम्युनिटी में,
एंड
मुझे से.
इसकी वजह से जितने कम होते रहते हैं, जितने इंक्लूसिव हो रहा है, उतनी आर्ट
हम्म.
फॉर्म मर रही
या
होती है. लाइक डाइंग
या
इज विल बी अ रॉन्ग वर्ड
हम्म.
फॉर दिस. लाइक या इट्स अ वेरी नेगेटिव वर्ड,
हम्म.
but that's a harsh reality.
या.
Because your art form may be
हम्म.
reputed with many people. That's why your generation knows. But I know so
हम्म.
many art forms
या.
which were during my
हम्म.
grandfather's generation, and now no one knows about it because it
हम्म.
all died.
या.
And we can't do
ऑफ
anything
कोर्स.
because again, raising money and funds is the
हम्म.
priority in this economy. But what's your
हम्म.
take? Should one be focused on their art, or one focus on making money out of their art? What's the balance according to you?
So what I would think, because I work with very professionals who are like professional into art for a very long period. So unka, they are like they do volunteering stuff a lot because they think कि उनका art का take होना चाहिए. But
Hmm.
it's also important that you kind of build economy. It's of course very important. So what I would feel like, it is important you can keep like 50-50 ratio, if I would say, because volunteering work is becoming very important under this art form, because now आप कोई जानता नहीं है, तो volunteering के वजह से ही we would be able to spread the awareness. और आजकल मैं आपको एक इंस्टेंस बताता हूँ कि बहुत सारे क्लासिकल आर्टिस्ट आजकल जो शोज रखते हैं वो भी फ्री ऑफ कॉस्ट रख रहे हैं, बिकॉज
Yeah.
ऑफ द फैक्ट कि ज्यादा ऑडियंस आ पाए और एक इकोनॉमिक बैरियर ना बन पाए. तो या, दिस इज व्हाट आई फील कि बैलेंस इज इम्पोर्टेंट, बट अंडर द आर्टिस्ट हैज टू बी लाइक वॉलंटियरिंग सब भी करना पड़ेगा,
Hmm.
बिकॉज अब ये प्रॉब्लम बन गया है. और अगर आप वो नहीं करोगे तो आप खुद ही के प्रोड्यूसर्स और कंज्यूमर्स बन जाओगे, आई वुड से, एंड बहुत एनक्लोज हो जाएगा वो कम्युनिटी.
I agree with this is a good strategy doing 50-50, balancing both.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I have this one more curious question.
Mm-hmm.
Do you
Mm-hmm.
think we should not value someone who uses art just for the purpose of capitalizing, making funds? Like, suppose I'll tell you a person, a
Mm-hmm.
director, a movie
Mm-hmm.
director, that's also an
Mm-hmm.
art.
Mm-hmm.
Filmmaking is also an art.
Yeah, yeah.
But his entire filmmaking
Yeah, yeah.
career is based on just what the mass would like to think, what mass will
Mm-hmm.
like. I had this
Mm-hmm.
point of view that we should not insult him. It's that's his choice
Mm-hmm.
that what art is making. But
Yeah,
many
yeah.
artists they think
Mm-hmm.
that that's a negative use of art, and
Mm-hmm.
he should not be called an artist.
Mm-hmm.
What's your take on that? Is he right on his position or wrong, or what? What do you
Mm.
think?
What I would say, reaching out to the masses is a very important sector. If I would say about film, as you mentioned, so there are people like Satyajit Ray, because their movies are like very kind of we would say progressive movies which like change. बट प्रॉब्लम यहाँ क्या होता है, बिकॉज सत्यजीत रे की काफी मूवी बहुत लोगों ने देखी भी नहीं होती है.
To be honest, I
सेम
don't heard his name often.
एंड so yeah, this is a problem I would say, because एक क्या हो रहा है, इट इज मासेस. आजकल अगर मैं फिल्म में बात करूं, मुझे बहुत ऐसा दिखता है कि वायलेंस वायलेंस वायलेंस, इट्स
Yeah,
लाइक
yeah.
वेरी दैट काइंड ऑफ मूवी कि हाँ, अब आप वायलेंस ही बना रहे हो. तो ये प्रॉब्लम है. बट ये भी है कि एक जो आर्टिस्ट है, अगर हम नॉर्मल आर्टिस्ट की बात करें, तो मासेस कुड बी अ फैक्टर. बट क्या चीज कर सकते हैं हम, क्या हम अपनी जो थॉट्स है उसको मिक्स कर दे मासेस के इंटरेस्ट से. I would share an example with you. There is a very famous song. That's a Shape of You. You would have heard, yeah.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
So there is an organization. I forgot the name of the organization, but it works for classical arts only. So what they did, they kind of mixed classical music along with the song Shape of You. तो वो इतना popular हुआ. It's like 8 मिलियन 9 मिलियन व्यूज एक क्लासिकल परफॉर्मेंस के बहुत रेयर होते हैं, उसके 8 मिलियन 9 मिलियन व्यूज है. तो आई वुड से दिस कुड बी अ क्रिएटिव फैक्टर दैट वी कैन डू. मासेस को रीच करने के साथ हम उनका इंटरेस्ट यूज करके और हमारे जो आइडियाज है उसको भी हम कम कम्युनिकेट कर सकते हैं, आई थिंक. या
Ah, that's a perfect merger, and I think you're not at all disrespecting your art. You're not giving up on your
या
art
या
for capitalization,
या
but still you
या
are
या
focusing on reaching wider audience through this merger.
या या
And I'm sure you're gonna check out this video of Shape of You plus classical art.
या इट्स अ वेरी नाइस वीडियो. मतलब इट्स लाइक 9 year old, बट इट्स लाइक स्टिल माय फेवरेट, आई वुड से.
Uh, Also, I would like to ask, you were talking about
हम्म.
violence. Have you watched Animal?
ऑफ कोर्स.
Uh,
बट लाइक इट्स लाइक बहुत, इफ आई टॉक अबाउट दैट मूवी, मेरे को बिल्कुल पसंद है, बिकॉज इट्स वो बहुत नेगेटिव थॉट्स, आई वुड से. इट्स वेरी bounds a very negative thought, and it's like very, I can't have words to express that movie, because it's like very violence, it's like very misogynist, so it's very
I
kind
agree
of
with
that.
you. The movie is very violent and misogynistic, and not like taking it from an art perspective.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe that's the director's vision. That's director's
Mm-hmm.
art. But the
Mm-hmm.
thing is, like,
Yeah, yeah.
you can't say that director is being misogynistic by showing this character
Mm-hmm.
and by trying
Yeah,
to
yeah.
show the character as a positive person.
Yeah, yeah.
But I would like to
Mm-hmm.
say, whatever he did it, negative, positive,
Mm-hmm.
or just a gray shade, that's
Mm-hmm.
his art. So now, rather than
Yeah.
criticizing his art, we should criticize his vision.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Mm-hmm.
he's trying to push a wrong ideology in the market, but it's his choice what
Yeah.
type of ideology he's presenting in the market.
Mm-hmm.
We can't criticize
Mm-hmm.
him like he should not do this. Like it's like saying
Mm-hmm.
that you should only make art from black color, never from white
Mm-hmm.
color.
Mm. Yeah, totally agree.
I
So
think
what
I'm
I
very,
feel
very
ki,
too gyani this time. What philosophy I'm giving.
yeah, so it's totally, but one thing, because what I think कि ये purely ऐसा नहीं हो सकता कि director's thought हो. It could be like market's interest also.
हाँ.
So we can't like directly say and question that person, because वो पूरा depend करता है that what thoughts he had during filming that movie
Hmm.
and thing creating the script. So this is the thing, and I truly agree that gray shades is very necessary because nothing is very black and white.
Yeah.
Everything is gray. So uh, but what I feel because आजकल वो ही चल रहा है जैसे कि I would take example of other movies like KGF. उसमें भी they
Yeah.
show a negative villain and then they try to show a very heroic, I would say, a personality, a
I
heroic personality.
I've been so exhausted of these movies. Like I hate these action movies. Like I don't know why are they earning movie. I miss the old Bollywood.
Hmm.
Like the Bollywood was known for our rom-coms. Now like we're trying to
Hmm.
copy Hollywood or any other
Yeah, yeah,
cinema just for action.
yeah,
That's not working because we are going away from our roots. So do you also miss the old
yeah.
Bollywood? Like I really miss the old Bollywood, the rom-com wala Bollywood.
Yeah, I totally agree because that rom-com would be like it's not very aspirational, I will say, truly, but it's more better than this today. But what I like more than rom-coms is like a more ideas, stuff, thought-provoking movies. Like I like Piku a lot. Piku has that comedy elements in that, but it's too demonstrate that progressive ideas of that relationship between that father and daughter and एक बहुत कॉमेडियल रिलेशनशिप भी था बट उसके साथ साथ बहुत प्रोग्रेसिव था बिकॉज वेरियस पॉइंट्स पे जैसे कि पीकू ने शेयर कर दिया एक डायलॉग दैट अगर तुम्हें मुझसे शादी करनी है तो तुम्हें मेरे 70 साल के बच्चे को भी
Uh,
अपनाना पड़ेगा so that dialogue was like very nice because societal ideas जैसे कि ऐसे है कि डॉटर टेक केयर नहीं करती है अपने फादर का एंड फिर वो सब बट बहुत अच्छे आइडियाज उसमें मेरे को लगे तो आई लाइक मोर मूवीज लाइक दैट बट या ऑफ कोर्स
Yeah, even I agree. I don't remember Piku because
हम्म
I was in class 3 when I watched it. But I remember I used to love the songs. And I just remember that I used to refer to this movie when I was child of fun anecdote. I was like, oh, Constipation wali movie in which Amitabh Bachchan dies in the end. I would remember that. But I don't know, I didn't understand the message of the movie. But the
yeah
essence of that movie, I fell in love with that movie when I watched it. Of
yeah
course, I didn't understand anything, but I don't. There was
yeah
something like some persona with that movie. I just loved it.
yeah
Maybe because that's called a good movie. You don't understand it.
yeah
You don't need to understand it, but still you
yeah
will
yeah
start liking it.
yeah
And what's your favorite Bollywood movie? Piku one, then others. What?
uh, I would say like let me think. I usually don't watch movies a lot because
Uh,
I watch thoda like series and वो सब. But if I talk about movie, I would say Chennai Express. Not because of the because my thought provoking ideas तो नहीं थे, but it was my first movie that I watched in a theater, तो इस वजह से it's
ah.
my favorite. And the comedy scenes and उसकी वजह से it's my favorite. Yeah.
A good thought-provoking movie, as you said, you have said that three, four movies.
Mm-hmm.
What my
Mm-hmm.
typical my favorite genre is coming of age
Mm-hmm.
movies. I love coming of age movies, and Bollywood has mastered that, and many on
Mm-hmm.
Netflix also there. So there's this good movie you can say, Wake Up Sid. I don't know, have you heard of
I
it?
heard that, but never watched.
You should definitely watch it. It's a great movie. First of all, the imagery which they use to personify Mumbai as a character itself in the movie, it's very good. And
Mm-hmm.
the thought-provoking of like, I'll tell you a synopsis of the movie. Wake Up Sid, the character Siddharth, he is a spoiled brat. Everyone, his friends, family, everyone is telling him to wake up. Your college is over, now start his life. But he's not waking up. He's just still that fun person, and around him, everyone is doing their hustles, they're busy in their career, their relationships, and everything. So it's a movie
Yeah,
which
yeah,
shows how to wake up. I told you my genre is coming of age movie, and then the entire
yeah.
thought provoke, and then what in the end he says, he might wake up. This line is very good. मैं अभी तो उठ जाऊंगा, लेकिन ये टाइम
Mm-hmm.
वापस तो नहीं आने वाला.
Yeah.
So, like I just love those type of movies, and then that's where I think like art really
Mm-hmm.
helps us to question ourselves.
Yeah. Because if I say about movies like that thing, because आप relate कर पाते हो मोस्टली अगर आपको जो movies पसंद होगी because you relate it to it.
Hmm.
So like, and you are able to think yourself in the character's place. So I would say a best movie for me would be जहाँ पर मैं अपने आप को देख पाऊँ कि
Hmm.
yeah, it is resembling like me, or it is like my reflection. So yeah.
Yeah, I agree with you. Like you watch movies because you can relate
Yeah.
to it.
Yeah.
There was this good research paper where I read this. Like it was an actual full-fledged research of psychology. You listen to a music only because of two reasons. Guess what can those two reasons be?
I think it too because of your personal interest, and second, the society you are surrounded by, and that idea, if I'm correct.
Somewhat you are right, but I'll tell you. First is, you
Mm-hmm.
have heard the music, you didn't understand the lyrics, but the at the time, at the socio-political or whatever the context was when you heard that lyrics or the memories which are related to that song, that's why you like to listen to that music again and again. So like bachpan mein they're like na, many people say like this song I listened when I was in the 10th
Mm-hmm.
class and they again keep
Yeah.
listening although the lyrics
Mm-hmm.
don't matter to them, it's just the moment, the
Mm-hmm.
experience. They can relive again and again
Yeah.
by listening to that. And the second reason is when you actually understand the lyrics. That's again when you relate to the music.
Mm.
So that's how you can see a
Yeah.
party song. I'll give you an example. Like any, if you take any good party song where there's like high beats and all, the lyrics will be
Mm-hmm.
very dark. It can be very depressing too, but the beats are very party. So they're catering to both type of audiences at
Yeah.
the same time. So like that's very cool thing about music, which I
Yeah.
love. Like this thing I love about music.
I like the fact that you mentioned. I didn't knew that reason, but I truly relate. Ki, ha. And actually, I would say some of my music that I heard are like कुछ ऐसी लैंग्वेजेस में सॉन्ग सुनता हूँ जो मुझे आज तक लिरिक्स नहीं पता है आई लिसन टू लाइक अ क्लासिकल सॉन्ग बट इट्स तमिल क्लासिकल सॉन्ग एंड मुझे आज तक उसका मीनिंग नहीं पता है बट स्टिल आई फील दैट जॉय टू लिसन टू दैट म्यूजिक बिकॉज इट फेल्ट वेरी मच पीस एंड it felt like this is a song that I would like, so yeah.
Exactly. Like कहते हैं. Yeah, exactly. I think music is very like it depends on why are you listening, what's happening.
Yeah. Yeah.
But generally, I say art is like it has no limit.
Mhm. Truly.
And what's your ideology? Like, if someone wants to pursue their career, should one leave the art behind, or one should continue art also and career also?
So, what I would say as my example, तो मैं क्या कर रहा हूँ मेरा it's like idea कि I would do मतलब professional I won't do ODC but I would like research on that. So this could be a career, but I think कि you can take arts as a hobby if you want, but if you are more passionate about it, you can continue two separate things because it can happen. Or what I would share is like think what you like the most. And let's say arts is sometimes people don't pursue because वो ऐसा फील्ड है जहाँ पर बहुत टेम्पररी चीज है बिकॉज इट्स नॉट वेरी परमानेंट कि आपके पास एक जॉब होगी आप वो कमाओगे पैसे इतने इतने परमानेंट आपका कुछ होगा बट आर्ट इज वेरी इम्परमानेंट आई वुड से तो मोस्ट ऑफ द पीपल रिग्रेट आफ्टर नॉट टेकिंग आर्ट्स बिकॉज उन्हें ऐसा लगता था कि ये बहुत कि उनका कुछ हो नहीं पाएगा बट आई फील इफ यू हैव दैट kind of interest that you can take through art, do pursue art. And if you're like somewhat passionate, you can do two things and you can try to manage. So that would I suggest. And art is a hobby can also work because not everybody is very passionate about art. You can take it as a passion because art can help you express yourself. Art can help you like if you have some thing, if you are feeling very low, आप थोड़ा सा म्यूजिक सुन लो आप कुछ ड्राइंग कर लो तो मेक्स यू फील वेरी रिलैक्स so yeah, that's I would suggest.
Yeah, like I know many of my friends who are in a dilemma. They don't know like should they like
Yeah,
go
yeah,
like I have this my friend who is a guitarist and he has his own band. But his father is forcing him to do engineering because his father is like, you have such a good lifestyle and like you will not be able to sustain this lifestyle by an art
yeah, yeah.
because he has a spoiled brat type personality. Yeah, his father's like, if I am not there for you in future, how will you sustain this lifestyle through your art? You need to have a career which will sustain, which will give you that much money to still continue having that lifestyle. But then he's in dilemma. He wants to have that lifestyle, so he's doing engineering. He's good at engineering also, but then he feels like he is betraying his art.
Hmm.
So it becomes very difficult. But then again, continuing both things is possible, and one should do that only.
What's next? Uh, if you would, what I would, so yeah, uh, I would say that, let's say I wanted to share my example as you mentioned the dilemma. So I'm still in dilemma actually because मेरा ये है कि हाँ I wanted to go in research but it's like कि I am very questioned that should I pursue like project Akriti full time or should I keep it half uh, part time thing. But yeah, I feel that you can think, अगर आपको ऐसा लगता है कि आपका फ्यूचर बहुत प्लान है, यू कैन थिंक कि नेक्स्ट ईयर मुझे क्या करना है एंड यू कैन जस्ट प्लान फॉर दैट नेक्स्ट ईयर. And as you go on you can think and you can continue because sometimes what I face, मैं एक ऐसा पर्सन हूँ कि मुझे बहुत चीजें प्लान चाहिए होती है ना, लाइक कि मेरे को ये करियर अभी प्लान करना है एंड मेरा
हाँ
कई बार ऐसा हुआ है मैंने बहुत सारी चीजें प्लान करी है और वो नहीं करी मैंने. जैसे कि ग्रेड 9 से ही मैंने सोचना शुरू कर दिया था मेरे को क्या करना है करियर में. पहले मैं आईएएस ऑफिसर सोचा, फिर आई वेंट टू लाइक सीएस कंप्यूटर साइंस एंड देन इन द एंड आई केम टू ह्यूमैनिटीज. तो इट्स लाइक, तो डोंट वरी अबाउट दैट बिकॉज मैंने वो वरी कर कर मेरे को कुछ फायदा तो नहीं हुआ. इन द एंड आई एम डूइंग व्हाट आई लाइक द मोस्ट. So yeah, I would share that thing.
yeah, you can't change anything. It's just जो होना है तो होएगा. I agree.
Yeah,
I believe in this ideology. Your book, either your life can be a scripted novel. So you have to just follow everything. You can't change anything. It's in the script. But you can just experience a script reading it for the first time.
yeah,
Second thing is, um, it's you are making your own autobiography. Every day is a new chapter. Every hurdle is a new conflict in your book. So just enjoy it and try to remember that you're the main character. Do what excites you because you will only get this choice once. You can write with a pen only once. You can't erase anything, and neither you can write anything in future page without making this page full. So just enjoy every single line and just have. That's my
yeah,
philosophy.
yeah. I totally agree to that because मैं बहुत प्लान करके कई बार मुझे ऐसे रिग्रेट होता है. And I'm like, I will share an example when I shared कि I was doing an internship with Teach for India. तो मेरा ये था कि मुझे पूरा करियर का ये है कि हाँ मुझे सब कुछ सॉर्ट करके आना है वहां से और बहुत सारा स्किल्स गेन करना है.
Hmm.
बट what I felt was skill gain करने में I lagged making connections. जैसे कि you asked about social life. So uh, that one thing I regret most because sometimes I'm like कि मुझे ये सब चीजें करनी है and at the end of the day मुझे करनी है. And
Hmm.
उस planning और उस सब चीजों की वजह से I miss that enjoyment of life. So yeah, I would always recommend people कि if you are like me, if you want everything planned, just take some hours, relax, and like be with the people who are around you. Don't be like कि मुझे ये करना है because it will help you in the future but present बहुत आप लोग का इतना अच्छा नहीं रहेगा, इतना enjoyment वाला नहीं रहेगा. What I would suggest.
Yeah, makes sense. Well, that was great having you on the
Yeah,
podcast, and
thank you.
I loved this philosophy session which I had. I thought it would be more about just talking about your organization, but I would say this
Yeah, yeah,
special episode was just a philosophy episode.
yeah.
And I think audience आप लोगों को समझ आ गया हो कि
Hmm,
आर्ट की वैल्यू क्या होती है एंड आर्ट के साथ क्या
hmm,
प्रॉब्लम्स आती है एंड हाउ टू डील विद दोस प्रॉब्लम्स आल्सो.
hmm.
And if you guys, any of you are interested in classical dance or classical Indian dance and in classical Indian forms, I will give Tushar's email ID in description. You can connect with him. And all the best, Tushar, for your organization and your future
Thank
goals.
you.
And I think you will be able to fundraise.
Thanks.
Thanks.